What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? How y'all doing over there in the YouTube world? There we go. All right, so I found my echo. That means I know y'all can hear me. I don't have to ask y'all anymore. Can you hear me now? All right, so let's go ahead and get into this because I have so much to do today, but I think that this class is going to be so cool. It's going to be really easy to do, but I just want to show you how versatile it is, how much you can do in very little time, and that the whole point of this, I'm using these images and these things to motivate you to understand that you can make professional level designs 5 minutes with these templates, but I want you to be using your images of your little ones, your local superstars, your local teams. I want you to really get involved in making their stuff look just as good as the professional posters that you see out there. Probably better because I was looking up the Super Bowl images, just trying to see like what posters they had out there, what kind of graphics they were doing. And y'all, let me just tell you, you're going to be winning just by doing this type of design because it is much needed. And I know y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. All right, now this is a disclaimer. When I give y'all this file, it's not going to have Riri in there, nor will it have the basketball players and football players and that sort of thing. So you make it your own. I'm doing this because I know it will get interest. It will make y'all see that this can really work for you, and you'll start to put in the images that will have your local teams and your online customers very excited about the level of work that you can do. All right, so what I'm going to do this different. Normally, I explain everything in the beginning. What I'm going to do is strictly talk through the points, get through. Then I'll go a little bit more into detail on the next image, okay? Let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I want to change out the photo. So I have the photo up top. If you don't know what you're clicking on or where you are in your layers, you can always just right click on the image. And let me turn on this thing. Y'all say y'all like this thing. It aggravates me, but y'all love it when I have the little clickaroo thing on. So let's go. All right, all right. Let's right click on the photo. And you'll see I have a little cheat sheet up here where it has photo 1 and photo 2 already there. If you don't see that cheat sheet, then you can just always right click on the image. Let's go to photo number 1. And we double click on it because it's smart and we like to work with the smarts. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly show you a template flip by simply changing out the photo here. So this is me. And in order to put a photo in here, you would just do File, Place, Embedded. All right. So I'm going to show you a quick template flip. No, you know what? I'll do that last. I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like to actually put it in here. File, let's do the Place Embedded. Now, in order to do this one, we need to do some background removal. So I don't normally show this because we've showed it a million times. However, I think it would benefit y'all to see another remove.bg. And what I'm going to do is just upload an image. And you know what? I saw so much stuff about Rhianna. I barely saw anything about the actual players for the Super Bowl. So I figured, since it was a Rhianna concert featured by the Super Bowl, that we would throw some players in there. And this is Mahomes. Don't let me say it wrong, y'all. Y'all correct. I know y'all will correct me if I say it wrong because I said Mahomes. But I think I got that wrong last time y'all corrected me. So this is why you have a tribe. All right, so we're going to call this player 1. And the reason why I'm doing a player 1, player 2 is because I want to show you what it looks like when you do that whole watermarking in the background. So let's go ahead and upload another image. Let's go the one with the confetti. I'm interested to see if it's going to give me the confetti. I don't think so. Perfect. All right. 2 clean images ready to go. Q says, bump the fellas. Yes, the Rhianna design. But check this out. We're going to be able to make this whatever y'all can imagine. So I want you to think about like your kids, what they like. And then also just think of different ways that you can have your local teams looking just like this. Okay. You can think of cheer, um, birthday parties. Like if you're doing like the birthday girl, imagine the birthday girl's image on there. Like you can go so versatile with this and any of the templates for a matter of fact. Okay. We are done with that one. So let me go ahead and do file, place embedded. Let's get our first image in here. So that's going to be like our main focal image. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the image touches the bottom down here so that I can ensure that it fades off like I want it to. All right, so that's our player one. Let's go ahead and close out of this. I'm going to hit yes to save. And then boom, already it looks cool, right? So the next thing that we're going to do once we bring our image in, we're kind of going to decide our colors here. Oh, let's go ahead. We can put the other image in the background. Let's pull this image down. And then let's go with photo 2. We'll go ahead and bring the image in the background for photo 2. And where'd it go? Where did it go? There it is. All right, so I can literally just drag it down here from the bottom of the browser straight off into Photoshop. So you do file, place embedded, or you can straight drag and drop it from your folder. Now I am going to drag this down here to the bottom, but the reason why it didn't fade off is because it's not inside of this folder. Once I put it inside of that folder, it fades off there. Now we don't have to change the transparency here. We're going to change the transparency in the bigger file. All right, so we see here, I'm going to bring this image down just a little bit so we can see our watermarked image. And then you may have to do some adjustment. And maybe even some different placement. And you don't have to do this one watermarked. If you feel that this one looks better as full opacity, come up here to the top where the opacity and bring it up to 100%. Now it has these lines in front of it right now, which kind of make it look a little more transparent there, but we can play with that later too. But I think so far so good. I'm going to bring down the opacity a little bit because I like the whole watermark look. All right, next, let's go ahead and grab our colors. Let's do the color picker tool. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit, Control++. And I'm going to grab colors from the uniform. If you know, like there are certain team colors. Oh, you know what? I have team colors in here. And I did give y'all that. And this is for reference because a lot of times your high schools will say, oh, we use the Kansas City type of red, not the 49ers type of red. And there, trust and believe there's a difference in different colors like that. So this kind of has it, the hex codes built in. And what is this? The Chiefs. I think I have them in here. Here we go. So the Chiefs red. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my color number 1, but let me show you how to pick the color. So you pick the color just by putting the eyedropper. If you hold down the mouse, when you hover over certain areas, it'll give you the color in that area. So let's say that's what I wanted. Then I would double click on the swatch here and I would go add to swatches. And then whatever school name was. So let's say this was Bernard High School. So you can do Bernard HS yellow. Okay, and don't hit add to my current library because that'll try to make it go online. You see how at the bottom it put Bernard High School yellow, and then let's say this is the red. And I want to get a little bit deeper red than that. Add to swatches, and I'll go Bernard High School red. Right now, these colors are saved down here in my swatches. So when I go to change my color number 1, which is my primary color here, I'm going to duplicate what's there so I can keep that color. And then let's make that the Bernard red now. which I don't know if there's a Bernard High School. If there is, then I don't know where I came up with a Bernard High School from. All right, so let's go ahead and change out color number 2, double click, and then I'm going to duplicate. Now keep in mind, the more duplication you do here, you're making your file larger. So I'm duplicating it so that I can keep all of these different changes for myself. But I want you to keep in mind that if you know your computer struggles, or even if it doesn't struggle, and you just want to keep a clean file, then you can always have your team colors on your swatches panel. You don't have to collect the different colors in the file, because it is going to make your file a lot larger than it needs to be. All right, so there's yellow there. And if you can see here, everything that was red before changed to this brighter red. And then what was the darker red now changed to the yellow. Quick, easy fix. All you have to do now is just change the text out. So if I right click and I go to text 1, as a matter of fact, text 1 for the front is here. Now, this is the difference between doing something like this in Photoshop and doing this in Canva, for instance. Canva's not going to be able to do like we're doing right now. We are doing some dynamic changes. We changed the color of one thing. All these little speckles changed colors. The background color will even change. For instance, the background right now is on white. But if we wanted to change it to the yellow, you see how it has like a pattern? And we can activate these smart colors here that allow us to get some different effects. Okay, so I know that a lot of us are into Canva. I know I even use Canva for certain things, but very rarely, because once you have the power of Photoshop and you know how to use these certain techniques, you're actually setting yourself up to be able to do a lot less duplication, a lot less work in the future, and I can easily take these elements and make them into a banner or a poster or a blanket or a t-shirt. I'm not limited at all. So I just want y'all to keep that in mind, because I know some of you all are on the fence about getting into Photoshop. Come on over to the Photoshop side. I make it look easy. Well, you know what? I actually make it easy, because once you get into these files and you start playing around, you're going to have a lot of fun. Okay. All right, the circle. The picker. This is the eyedropper tool right here. See that eyedropper tool? So when you get the eyedropper, the way you get the circle though is you actually hold the mouse down. And if you don't see this, is because look up at the top. It says show sample ring. If you don't see that checked off, you will not see the sample ring. See, now I don't see the sample ring. Check it on. Boom, I got my sample ring. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and change the name out. So like I said, we have the text here. I'm going to go to my text. I can go to the forward or the behind text. And because it's a smart object, watch this. So if you're doing this in Canva, you have to type the words each time. You have to make sure they're the exact same size and they match up. You don't have to do that here. So what we can do is just change the text out here, and I'm just going to put champs. Now, champs isn't as long as the previous word, or if I had a word that was too long, I have to resize it. So I'm going to go to the move tool. Boom. Then I can hold down shift and I can stretch it out disproportionately. I do that for text. I do not do that for photos. All right. So it looks like we're good. All right. Now check out this text now. So I have the text selected. If I move it, the outline and the background, where, you know, I like to call that like the meat, the inside meat of the text, right? It moves together. So that cool effect that everybody wants to get with the text looking like it's in front of and behind the picture, you have that option here, and it's built into this template. So you don't even have to do it, but you can figure out exactly how to do it too if you want to build it from scratch. All right, what else am I going to do here? So that shows you how to change the text out. I think what we're going to do is just go ahead now. And I did exactly what I said I wasn't going to do. I did more explaining. instead of just doing a quick flip. So I guess next I'll do a quick flip. I'm trying to see. I think this is throwing me off because I might want to bring this over here. Mm-mm. And because it's an image that has words on it, that's the reason why I won't flip it. I want to flip this so bad. As a matter of fact, I might flip it. Control T, right click, and we'll flip horizontal. Oh no, that actually makes it worse because then I can't see them. Well, it's back there, and I think it shows what it needs to show. I don't want to spend too much time on that because I want to show y'all a quick flip. And I also want to show y'all that we can get a lot more involved than we need to with these edits because really this edit could have been done, right? All right. And also to change out the text for this one where it says shine bright, if we right click and go to where it says shine bright, that's just a regular text there. It's not a smart object. So you can just straight up click on there. And I don't know. Y'all know I'm not into sports and stuff, so I don't really know the expressions to put here. But let's see if we do. And like I said, I'm not giving y'all this thing with all of the like photos and stuff because I don't own these photos. Um, if I felt comfortable enough, I probably would just give y'all the files for free after I made this kind of stuff. But I even feel the type of way about that. So if you want to make your own for your own personal use, I'm showing you exactly how to make it. But please don't go out there selling these things on Etsy and whatnot. Y'all hear me? Please hear me. Please, please hear me. I'm trying to see if I want yellow, white. I'm digging the white background. All right, all right. So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'll save this one as a PNG. So I'm gonna come to my top art folder, right click, quick export as PNG. Let's save that thing. All right, and now I'm going to change it out. I'm actually going to do the whole thing. Let's do the all-star because I know that's a big thing coming up too. So just to show you how quick these things can go. So let's do this one kind of like a versus. How do y'all like that? Let's do it like a versus. So we do, because the all-star game is kind of already a versus. And we'll do, bless you, we'll do the red and blue. All right, so I have an image here. And the way that I look for high resolution images, just to give y'all a tip here, if you go to more, oh, I lied, when you go to tools, right here, when you're searching Google Images, and there's an option to go to large so that you make sure that you end up with large resolution images. Then I right click, open image in a new tab, and make sure it's actually large there. There we go. Now I can save image as, and I'll save this one as player 3. And then let's go ahead. This one is, was it Giannis? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Y'all correct me if I'm saying it wrong. Same thing. I'm going to right click, open image in a new tab, check and make sure that it is a high resolution image, and then save image as. That will be player 4. All right, and then let's go ahead and make these transparent backgrounds. Now I can, oh, this one right here, player 3, I'm going to have to change into a JPEG. So save as, I can open it in Photoshop, save as a JPEG. All right, cool, cool. And let's come on over back here. I'll show in the folder. And you can actually just drag and drop. You don't have to upload. So I can drag and drop player 3 now. There it is. And let's go ahead and drag and drop player 4 as well. All right. Now, I'm not wasting my credits and downloading the HD versions of these because nobody's going to see these. This is just for demonstrative purposes only. All right, so let's download. And now, so what happens when you use Remove BG? You can download for free the low resolution version of it, or if you have an account, you can use a credit to download the high resolution. I have to tell you, it is. I use Photoshop. I know how to use the cleanup tools and all that stuff with removing the background. But for some reason, I am convinced that Remove BG does a better job at just getting it spot on. Okay. And then sometimes I have to do a little cleanup, but it's usually right on. All right, so let's go ahead and change out the photos here. Now, instead of photo 1 and photo 2 being one transparent, one opaque, or one foreground, one background, I'm actually going to make them kind of equal in weight because it's going to be like a versus. All right, so let's go ahead, go with photo number 1. We'll do File, Place Embedded. Okay, and I'll put player 3 there. And I'm going to scale it so that the bottom of the image is touching the bottom here, but I also don't want the image hanging off the side at all because it will clip it off. All right, so there's image 1. Let's go ahead and close out. Say yes to save. There's 1, and then photo number 2. Now, there's something else that I can do here. If I want to keep the, and I do, I want to put the outline around both. I'm going to show y'all a shortcut way. You can actually put both players in just this layer. So let's go ahead and place embedded. Now, the thing is, when I put them in here together, they aren't going to be able to move around independently. So it's going to act as one image. So I'm going to have to scale them appropriately. Unless, like, of course, you want one to be bigger than the other. Maybe one's your team and one's not your team. And I think what I'm going to do, instead of trying to put them side by side, is to kind of stagger it a little bit. And if I do that, you'll notice that the fade off doesn't necessarily happen for the player here. So I'm going to put a layer mask here and grab my gradient tool. Normally I have y'all use the brush, but the gradient tool, if you select inside of the image, hold down shift and pull it up, it gives you a nice level gradient across the bottom. And that's what a lot of people are doing in Canva too, when they basically use that that gradient or the brush. The only problem with that is you have to know exactly what the background color is going to be. And let me show you where that doesn't work. So for instance, one of the hacks they're doing in Canva is I would take this background image color, let's say it's white, and I would use white to make it look like my image fades off. But the reason why that doesn't work on this image is because I have a pattern in the background. So it's not going to fade off properly. So when you have tools like Photoshop, use them. There's some great advantages to that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click on this image here. Move it over, bring it up. And then this time I won't use the watermarked image because I'm pretty happy with the image here. All right, so I'll right click on photo number 2 and I will just turn it off. Okay. And if I want the outline, let's say I want the outline stroke to be a little bit smaller, I can double click on the FX here, go to my stroke. And right now it's at 57. Maybe I need to bring it down because the images are quite a bit smaller. I can go to 29. That looks good. Cool, cool. Now, this is usually like a red versus blue kind of thing. And for that, I think what I'm going to use is inspiration. Let's do... I don't know. Let me see. All-Star Game. Let me look up the hex codes. I'm going to show you how you can research hex codes too. Don't know exactly what the red and the blue are. And I think this is NBA. It might just be the red and the blue from the NBA logo. I'm not sure. Mm-mm-mm. All right, All-Star Game color palette. Let's see. Oh no, this is something else. That is not it. I don't see it. I was hoping to just show y'all the hex code. So let me do the NBA logo hex. Okay. And I'm just doing this to show you that most things that do indeed are teams or organizations or most of your commercial businesses will have specific colors. And I'm not verifying whether this is the color or not, but just letting you know that just a basic Google search gave me dark cornflower blue. And I can copy that hex code right there. Copy it. And if I want to save that, I can. So let's go back to Photoshop. For color number 1, I don't know who's going to be blue and who's not. I don't know that. I don't know if like East is blue and red is. I don't know. Listen, like I said, y'all aren't getting this file with these people's pictures in it anyway. So just take my advice for what I'm telling you how to do in Photoshop. Y'all know the technicals for how you want to use these. All right. So personal use only, of course, if you're going to make yourself one of these. All right. So let's copy that hex code. I'm just going to go with that as my main color because we already have red as the first color. So I want to show you a switch up. All right. So let's duplicate this layer. Now, when I go to double click on this color, I can just paste that hex code there. Now, I can still add that to swatches. And I think it was called cornflower blue or dark blue. Okay. And it shows up down here where my Bernard High School. I don't know why I got to say Bernard like that, but that's why I don't think it's a Bernard High School. Anyways, y'all, I'm being goofy. Let me go ahead and finish this design up. So this says Philippine red. So let me grab that hex code there. And then if I wanted to name that for later, I put the hex code in there, go add the swatches. And I can't tell if I put an extra L there or not. Well, I know I spelled that wrong. But hey. I don't know if y'all can even see that tiny. All right, so now I got my Philippine red and then my blue. Now that I have this these swatches here, I don't even have to double click inside of the swatch here. I can just select it right from here. So now color 1 is going to be blue. We'll see that update. Boom, just like that. And notice that it changed the colors of the text as well. So let's go to color number 2, double click on that. And you can double click on any of the smart colors, any location, all of them are going to change. Okay. So if you see the yellow color, so many different instances, if you change one of them, they're all going to change. All right. So let's go ahead and duplicate that layer. And this time we're going to go with our Philippine red there. Just like that, easy peasy. Now, what you might want to do is, let's say, because I don't like clashing colors, I would even venture to say, like, I would change the colors of their jerseys. Let's go to photo number 1, and I'm just going to do a really quick, let's do a hue saturation change here. And I'm going to go to where it says greens, and I'm just going to make the greens more blue. Okay, and if you look, I can turn up my saturation so I can see where that's happening. And oh, we need this to happen on the top photo, not the outline. And then let's right click, create a clipping mask. And then that way, this is changing the whole thing. I'm going to revert back and tell it just to change the greens. And then I'm going to shift my greens until they look more blue. Or even if it was like, if I blacked and whited it out or whatever, that would be fine. But I have a problem when things don't really match. So that's even fine with me. That's blue. So I have the blue on the red, and then maybe I'll change the Lakers. So that'll be purple. What's going to happen is because it's got red and probably magenta in here too, it's probably going to try to change the skin. Okay, so I bring the saturation all the way down just to see what it's mainly going to affect. And I'm cool with that. So if I wanted to make it more red or blue, I don't know who's on the blue team. Do y'all know? Oh, awesome. All right, so I don't know. Okay, I'll just make it blue because I think it's easier to transform a purple to blue than it is to red. But if you wanted to make it red, well, it works about the same. It's working, it's working. And then I could leave the yellow or I can change the yellow. If I wanted to change the yellow, then it's probably going to affect the skin. If I want to see that, I'll bring this down all the way. And it didn't affect the skin much. It affected the basketballs a little bit, but I'm actually okay with that. So if I bring the saturation all the way down, it makes it gray, which is perfect for me because it looks neutral. And now this is not like, to me, this is just me, because they're probably not going to be, well, they're not going to be wearing their team jerseys anyway. So they're going to be wearing either red or blue. So I just didn't know if it's like disrespectful to make the Bucks blue and the Lakers red. But if it is disrespectful, that's what you got Photoshop for. So you can undisrespect it yourself. Okay. So the East is blue and the West is red. See, this is what I got y'all for. I don't know. I don't even know who, I guess Lakers, Los Angeles. So that's the West. Did I just guess that right? Okay. See, intuition. The power of intuition. Walter said just a little bit disrespectful. Listen, I could deal with a little bit of disrespect if it's going to teach y'all how to Photoshop. Okay. So let's say for this one, let's do, instead of the word champs here, let's go find our text one. We can go to the before or after. And I'm going to actually bring a version of this up to the top. So that's basically our, this is kind of like a reference area. It doesn't really show, but it's just a reference area. Levi, please quit kicking your shoes around, please. All right, so let's double click where it says champs. All right, and this one, I'm just going to put the word team. Now, the word team is even shorter. You have an option to stretch this thing out, or you could just keep it more centered. Let's see what it looks like. I do my little stretch thing, but see, sometimes stretch just looks too bad. So in this case, I'm just going to leave a little more space on the sides here. Still make sure that it's good and centered there. And then instead of, I don't even have to put names here. I can just do East or West, or you could do their names. That's up to you. Okay. Now this was just regular old text. So this is where I'm also going to show you. If you have a text group, like this one is text group number 2. I can literally take this group, duplicate it, so that maybe I can have one in one color and one in the other. So let's take this group. Let's put it over here. And then let's take this group. Let's put it over here. And I have smart colors in here. So one you can make red and one you can make blue. There you go. And let's change out the text by double clicking on the T here. And what is it? West and East. And then we'll get this one. Open that up. And then this is just regular text here, but you can take this off completely. All you have to do in Photoshop when you don't want to see something, just turn off the eyeball. Just turn off the eyeball. It's gone. But in this case, maybe we want to put just the year. Then I have the option. And you still have the option to change the color. So if you wanted to see what it looks like in red versus blue, I'm going to leave it black because I think that's pretty neutral right there. You can even put, instead of the 2023, you could put a versus. You put VS here. I'm just getting it centered, dropping it in place. And now the word east and west. I can move like I want. Okay. So I'm showing y'all a lot of different things that you can do with this because I want you to see like how super, super, super easy this is going to be to edit and how many different ways you can go with this. I'm talking about you can use this for graduation, sports, baby showers. It does not matter. What's up, my people on Instagram? I was gonna say I didn't forget about y'all, but I did. All right. So, like I said, I want to see y'all using this kind of stuff for your local teams, getting people excited about how great your local team apparel can look and how they can look just like professional athletes. Like this is going to get the moms excited. This is going to get the coaches excited. Y'all, this is even going to get the kids excited. And that's how you know you're doing great design when the boys are telling you that they want a picture of them on a shirt. Okay? All right. Yes. So for those who are asking, you can sign up for the membership. If you sign up for the $97 membership, you actually get all of the templates and you get to come to the live classes that we have on Wednesdays for free. So you come to the live classes, you will actually have a design that looks just like this by the end of class. Okay, no lie. You will leave with something ready to hit the ground running and selling. Okay. If you are doing the standard membership, then you get the courses. They come out about 7 days after we launch them. So, like this was launching today. VIPs will get it. Boom, they'll get it by 7 p.m. today. Download it. Y'all will have class at 8 p.m. Right. So the whole objective with that is so that you have some hands-on training. And I will tell you this, the people that do the hands-on advance a lot faster in Photoshop and their businesses, because the sooner you get these designs done, the sooner you can be making money in your business. Okay. And then the standard membership, you get to watch the recorded versions of the course and you still get the template, but that's $50 a month right now. And y'all, I think not even a year ago, the prices were 37. The year before that it was $30. So they go up. So whatever you lock in your rate, you lock in that rate. Some people are still locked in at $30 a month. Crazy, right? So if you're interested in this, please don't delay your success. Go ahead, join the membership, have a reason, have some accountability, somebody that's going to hold your hand and walk you through. The live session is priceless. I don't know anybody else doing it like that on this scale and actually giving you something at the end of class that you can literally press and have ready to go. Okay. Awesome. Absolutely. You can use these templates on anything that you are making an end use goods. So no, you can't sell you can't make a design with these templates and then go sell the PNG or the design. It has to be on an end use product. So a shirt, a mug, a tumbler, whatever you're going to press or use the image on a final product is fine. But you cannot just like, hey, I'm going to start selling PNGs of Shanon's templates. That's not how that's going down. Okay. And that's in the disclaimer on the website too. Yeah, if you want to try just one class is $97. So this is how it works. You could pay $97 for one class to go live, so that you can try the class out. And like I said, it's a live class. And then you can pay $97 for the whole month. And what happens with your first month, you unlock 12 templates. So you unlock 101, 102, 103, 104. And I guess instead of, let me show you better than I can tell you. Let's head on over to the Academy. Stop it, sir. All right, so I'll show you what you unlock when you have the monthly subscription. So your very first month, you're going to get all of the live classes. So for right now, you would get 209 that's coming out today, and then you get 210 that comes out next Wednesday. And you can go to the live classes for free. Those are Wednesdays at 8 p.m. And then you'll also start unlocking immediately. You'll unlock 101 to 104. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So just today, you'll get 5 templates today if you join, because you'll get one from class today and you'll get these 4 automatically unlocked. And then 7 days later, you'll unlock 105 and you'll unlock 210. Then you'll unlock 106 14 days later and 211. So literally in your very first month, you will unlock 12 templates. Then after that, as a newcomer for the first year or so, you'll unlock 8 templates every month. So it's going to give you plenty of stuff to do. And even if you just join for the 97 for the first month and don't continue, you get to you get to have use of those 12 templates in that time. So it's worth it just for that. But if you just want to come try out a live class, then it'll be up here at 7 p.m. You could click on it. Like this one says $97. So the classes are $97 for the live. And then once we do a new live class, they come down to $30. So if you want to do a class that's not live, you can do a $30 class. And it all of our courses come with templates. Okay. So good questions, y'all. I'm glad we're slowing down and talking about that, because usually I'm jumping on here, jumping on, jumping off. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this one ready for class tonight. Hopefully you all are in the Innate Creators Facebook group. If not, it's a free group, so I don't know why you're not in there. But you'll see everybody in the community. I'm not even posted in there anymore, y'all. It's literally all the great designs that you see in the Innate Creators Facebook group. That's all y'all. So let me give y'all a shout out real quick. Let me give y'all a shout out real quick. Let's see. Okay, come on, Ashley. Come on, Ashley. Let's go. She's using, it looks like template 125. No, this isn't. Which one is this one? Oh, I was gonna say this is a remix. This is 125 and 130. Looks good. This looks so good, girl. Like this is y'all's work. Literally, this is work from our tribe in the academy. Yes, come on. Naja says she flipped 125, 2.0, and 168. Yeah, I think that's the best thing we could have done is the number of these templates. All right, E. I see you, Valentine. This looks good. Look at the socks to match. Y'all see me chewing on that gum. That was me working out the other day. All right. Personal use shirts. Let's go. And then of course we have templates for different occasions, but I want y'all to keep in mind that a lot of this stuff, it may look like you may see it in the memorial or a sports scene, but even the design that we did today, can you imagine that one being even if it was a memorial shirt, it would be a really cool representation of like a edgy kind of memorial shirt. So maybe that would be good for a younger person that, they may not want to have that traditional clouds and stuff look, but you can still make it look like super dope. Put in the colors that maybe their favorite team or maybe even their sneaker colors or whatever that you want to match. Like you can imagine taking this and very quickly making some changes to make it whatever you want it to be. It does not have to be sports inspired. Okay. So yeah, I'm just showing y'all the Innate Creators Facebook group. Make sure you join. Okay, Richard, showing us a full tutorial. Come on, Richard. So y'all come on and get in this free group. That way you can get inspired and you can say, okay, I've seen enough of watching everybody else shine. I'm ready to shine next. Okay. So come on, join us in the Innate Creators Facebook group. That's our free group, Innate Academy. is the academy where you're going to actually learn this stuff, and the Innate Lab is where we sell ink and substrates, and pretty much get your tools here. Get your buddy. I think I saw somebody with the buddy. Yeah, that's the buddy right there. So the buddy allows you to use your 16 by 20 or 15 by 15 heat press and press these all over shirts with very, very little effort when it comes to that whole overlapping problem that a lot of people have, or the wrinkles that usually occur that are really, really bad because of getting under the armpits and stuff. We have these jigs that go inside that do very well for that. So I just want y'all to come check out the academy, see what we're about, and even if you don't buy anything, I just want you to be inspired. Okay, so be inspired. Get your work out there. Somebody wants to see what you're doing. Somebody wants to buy what you're doing. All right. All right. So listen, I'm gonna let you go. I appreciate y'all. I love you dearly. And until next time, bye. I think y'all still here. Well, I'm letting you go for real right now. Bye, y'all.